What is an ideal life to you? Greetings. My name is Joseph Yagar. Welcome to another Life in Perspective broadcast. My objective is to provide thought-provoking discussions so you can optimize your perspective on life. My father was an amazing storyteller. I loved to read as a child, and listening to my dad tell stories was just as exciting. He would tell me stories of Arabian nights and wild frontiers. My imagination ran wild as he took me to faraway lands on horseback and flying carpets. I was a lousy student who loved sports, reading, and playing with friends. Unlike my dad, who was highly ambitious and took risks, I was the opposite. He would tell me of the ideal life we were going to have, traveling the world and living a life of fame and luxury when he became famous singing opera alongside Pavarotti and Domingo. Life would be picture perfect, ideal. And for a while, it seemed like we were on our way. Before I continue, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so by clicking the subscribe link below. It's free and would be much appreciated. You may also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I barely turned 12 when that journey began, and all the hard work and aspirations began to materialize. We did travel the world and lived in luxury for a while, but somehow as the years went by, my father became more and more miserable, detached, and disenchanted. As a clergy in some of the wealthiest community in the world, he was adored and admired. However, that wasn't enough. There never seemed to be enough money. My father alienated everyone around us. My parents tolerated each other at best. Our home life was stressful, and we felt like we lived at the mountaintop, but the mountain was a volcano about to erupt. On the outside, we looked like we had it all, but the only ideal thing about it was the facade. All around us, we saw fancy homes, cars, and things. Men and women dressed and jeweled in the finest money could buy. It looked ideal. It looked like everyone had it together but us. It was like standing at the gate of an ideal life, but constantly being denied admission. Eventually, my parents got divorced, the family split up, and everyone had to start over. We all had our ups and downs and went about our life differently, searching for our own ideal. I can only speak for myself and share with you that when I finally began to attempt and make my way in the world, the ideal life I was chasing was defined by everyone else but me. I fell into the same trap most of us do, in that the ideal life was the American dream of a big house, money in the bank or the appearance of it, nice cars, watches, a trophy spouse, kids in private schools, fancy college degrees, fancy suits, and big paychecks, none of which I cared for, had any desire to chase, and found meaningless. But heaven forbid I said that in public. What would everyone think? So I pretended to want the same things and chased them aimlessly. Sometimes I won and sometimes I lost, and measured my worth in the eyes of the world based on how well or poorly I was doing. It was a vicious cycle I found endless. I was so lost. It was many years later that I finally woke up from this aimless lunacy and share my breakthroughs in other videos. But today my objective is to save you the time and agony of chasing an ideal life that isn't defined by you alone and comes from the deepest annals of your heart. I will share with you the most important steps I took so you don't have to waste years or decades as I did. The first step is the hardest, but most crucial. It is best done in your favorite place, not shared with anyone, and given however much time is needed. You don't want your truth distracted or diluted with opinions, judgments, and suggestions. Take your time and be brutally honest with yourself about the following. Number 1, who do you want to become? Number 2, what do you love to do more than anything else? And number 3, what does an ideal life look like to you, not according to society or anyone else? For this to be successful, you must involve all your senses and bring these visions to life in exquisite detail. Saying you want to be happy, rich, in love, and have a supermodel body is not going to work. Your body will not go where your mind hasn't been, and if your mind has no idea what it's looking for, it will not be able to guide your thoughts and actions towards your goal. The magic is in the detail. You want to have a clear picture of exactly what your ideal looks like to the smallest detail. You want to be specific about what's involved in doing what you love and exactly what an ideal life looks like, from sunrise to sunset to the smallest blade of grass and the sound of the waves off your balcony. Whatever that is, it must feel and look as real now as it will when it's realized. Second, the vision must be everywhere for you to see. The images of your ideal life must be following you from morning till night. Pictures of exactly what you seek, visiting places that resemble where you intend to live, and engaging with like-minded people you can be the person you want to become with. We are the average of the people we spend the most time with. What do you want your average to be? And the third step is to make the commitment to not only pursue that new vision, but more importantly, let absolutely no one discourage and derail you from it. That means that you may have to walk away from relationships and people who are not going to fit the person you want to become, support you in what you do, and be happy for you when you achieve it. As Shahrukh Naimuddin suggests, know the difference between those who stay to feed the soil and those who come to grab the fruit. These steps require patience, discipline, will at times be painful and seem impossible. There is a reason most people don't achieve their ideal. It isn't for lack of ability, it's because they are chasing an ideal not of their own choosing. Just like I did all these years, and just like you may be doing right now. Are you ready to choose? If so, I ask you again, what is an ideal life to you? Please subscribe, like, and share this video, and let me know what topics you would like my perspective on in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.